Dry for now, but on and off rain and some snow on the way, with millions hitting the road for the holidays. Only in Newsday, souvenirs and mementos, a deeper dive into the case against the accused Gilgo Beach serial killer. It's Friday, December 20th. Good morning, everyone. I'm Jasmine Anderson. Hundreds of Nassau seniors could be homeless for the holidays. It's the latest in a story you saw first in Newsday. A Nassau judge is expected to rule today on whether to allow the emergency evacuation of Cold Spring Hills Center for Nursing and Rehabilitation in Woodbury. It would impact 318 residents. The state attorney general filed a restraining order to stop the evacuation. The facility wants to release residents because it can't afford to pay staff. The accused United Healthcare CEO killer is behind bars in New York City today. Luigi Mangione landed at MacArthur Airport yesterday on his way to federal court. Documents show he wrote in a notebook in August about targeting insurance because it, quote, checks every box. Mangione is facing federal stalking and murder charges in the Manhattan killing of Brian Thompson. He also faces state charges.
Speaking generally, we've had state prosecutions and federal prosecutions proceed as parallel matters, and we're in conversations with our law enforcement counterparts.
Mangione is being held without bail at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. Read the new developments on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. A race against time to avoid a government shutdown. The deadline is midnight tonight. Congressional Republicans are back to the drawing board after billionaire Elon Musk and President-elect Donald Trump blew up their original bill, and then a backup plan failed to pass last night. If a budget isn't passed, millions of federal workers will go unpaid. New fallout from the rash of recent drone sightings. The FAA has rolled out temporary flight restrictions for drones over critical infrastructure in New York and New Jersey. Nassau County is also asking the feds to give it the authority to take drones down and ticket operators.
The technology is there to jam it and send it back to its home base. And we want that. We also want federal legislation that would allow us to issue a federal summons in the event that someone was violating the law.
Governor Hochul says the new restrictions are precautionary and there are no threats to these sites. A Hicksville-based bank will pay millions for allegedly misleading customers and investors. Flagstar, formerly known as New York Community Bank Corp., will pay $3.6 million. The SEC settlement comes after hackers stole customer information in a 2021 cyber attack. Only in Newsday, we're looking at how investigators are building the case against the accused Gilgo Beach serial killer. Prosecutors say Rex Heuermann kept news magazines and newspaper articles as souvenirs and mementos of his alleged crimes. They say he also Googled the case, the victims, and police tactics. While police were investigating Heuermann's online activity, he allegedly visited the Gilgo News website one day after police identified Valerie Mack in 2020. Newsday's reporter Grant Parpan says the Massapequa Park architect was not only getting his information on the web.
One of the newspaper clips, the most interesting one to me, is a Newsday clip from 1993, and not just because we're with Newsday, but because this is about Sandra Castilla, who was never a part of the Gilgo case until Heuermann was charged with her death back in June. But it shows that Heuermann didn't just have an interest in the Gilgo Beach cases, which were close to his home in Massapequa Park, but that he saved a newspaper article from 30 years before his arrest for another killing that was never associated with the case that he's now charged with.
The alleged souvenirs are not the strongest evidence prosecutors have in the case.
So the defense attorneys say, okay, so he was collecting newspaper articles, he was searching websites. I mean, that just shows that he has an interest in the case, right? I mean, a lot of people have an interest in the case. I mean, I'm Googling the case all the time as a reporter covering it. That's not necessarily evidence of anyone's guilt of committing a crime. So for the prosecution, I mean, obviously this isn't the strongest evidence that they have in the case. They have DNA evidence, they have cell phone evidence, and most convictions these days are made on DNA. They're made on cell phone connections.
Heuermann is being held without bail, accused of killing 7 women. Read more about this story on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Only a Newsday, these girls are at the top of their game. Carissa Kelman spoke with some of the top fall high school athletes.
I've looked up to some of these girls for such a long time, and now I'm standing next to them, and it feels pretty awesome.
Athletes from Newsday's all Long Island soccer, volleyball, field hockey, cross country, tennis, and swimming and diving teams pose for photos together in the Newsday photo studio. From record-breaking performances to clutch moments that earn them titles, Long Island's top fall athletes are here at Newsday to celebrate their accomplishments at the annual All Long Island photo shoot.
I've been training so hard for this moment to come, and this means that all my hard work really paid off, and I'm very grateful that I get to experience this.
To get the recognition that I feel like I deserve after 4 years really meant a lot to me, and it really showed that I was a key person in this team that hopefully changes program forever.
Last year I was named National Runner of the Year. It made me very happy to know that I could do it again, and it was very motivational.
I was able to do it with my teammate, which is something that we haven't had in our program before, so it's definitely very special.
I'm so glad to do this for the first time, and I'm excited to maybe do it in the future again, and I feel very accomplished.
In Melville, Carissa Kelman, Newsday TV.
Congratulations. See our complete list of top high school athletes on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
Feed Me is brought to you by PC Richard & Son.
Decked out dining destinations. Elisa DiStefano has some selfie-worthy holiday hotspots in today's Feed Me TV.
Bethpage's Embassy Diner is decked in holiday decor. In Rockville Center, Frank's Steaks is fully festive. The Country House restaurant in Stony Brook is wrapped up in a bow, and inside is full of holiday surprises. And in Elmont at King Umberto, as soon as you walk in, you get that festive feeling. It's like you're underneath a Christmas tree. Keep looking up.
People love it. Everybody walks in looking up at the ceiling and looking at the tree. If you look all over social media, there's a million pictures in front of the tree.
There are big bows, oversized ornaments, icicles, and snowflakes covering every inch of the ceiling. If you are dreaming of a white Christmas, reserve a table on the patio. People love the decorations, but they come for the food.
Absolutely. Definitely the first thing they come for.
This reminds me of my Italian Christmas Eve. What do we have here?
This is linguine Luciano.
And this?
Of course, the fried capellini, our signature dish.
So that's what you're most famous for. I'm embarrassed to say, I've never tried it. Just grab one.
Yeah, I do. Thanks.
Okay.
So I always like to just break it open first.
Ooh.
Goodness right there. Yeah. One of my favorite things to eat.
That was one of my favorite things too. This is so good.
Christmas Eve is probably our biggest day of the year. We're pretty much sold out the year before on Christmas Eve because people will walk out and book for the following year.
Elisa DiStefano, Newsday TV.
So yummy, very festive too. For more on holiday-themed restaurants, go to Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
An off-duty cop refused a sobriety test after a car crash that seriously injured a 2-year-old child. Why was he allowed to return to duty? Back on the Job, a Newsday investigation, now available at Newsday.com.
Keeping an eye on that storm this Friday. Some light rain today ahead of snow and some frigid temperatures. Here's a look at your day planner. Cloudy and light showers this afternoon. Highs in the 40s. We get down to the 30s later this evening. Tomorrow, a chance for snow showers in the morning. Now for a look at your 7-day forecast. Once we get through this wintry mix this weekend, the holidays look okay with some sunshine and highs in the 40s.
Long Island weather is brought to you by PTRC.
I'm Jasmine Anderson. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend.